Got my new vest. It's 20 pounds. Actually gonna go try it out and get us a little walk in, get some steps, because we're still on the 10K, the 10K a day challenge, but I tried to up that to 15. But first of all, welcome back to the channel. Talk about fitness and life and how my fitness goes with my life, and I'm gonna give some tips and some tricks. I started a 8-week cut today, this week for my cruise that's in 60 days. So I'm gonna go over that, what I did to lock in, and then some other things. But first, let's get to it. Let's get some steps in, and don't mind the dogs. Y'all, welcome back. Got this new vest. I'm trying it. It's 20 pounds. It's pretty heavy. And it's also like 100 degrees, so this probably ain't a smart idea, but here we are. I got to give y'all a video, so I'm out here making it. As y'all know, last week was a pretty horrific week for nutrition. I binged like 4 days out of the 7, so that was my bad on that. So this week I've been trying to do good, and for some reason or another, hold on, let me put this water in my pocket so I can talk to y'all. Some reason or another, I managed to look at my weight progress from January till now, so basically 7 months, and I noticed I just been status quo. You know, I lose some, get down to 215, go back up to 220, get down to 215, go back up to 220. And then I started counting the days until my cruise, which is 8 weeks away, or 60 days, a little more than 60 days, I think it was. So I decided that I'm gonna lock in, and I'm gonna try and get to Wonderland by the time I hit the cruise. So that's the purpose of this video. I'm gonna give y'all some tips of what I'm gonna do in the next 60 days, and hopefully I can lose 20 pounds. I don't think that's too far-fetched. Sunday when I weighed, from a bad week of nutrition, I was 219.8, and I'll show y'all that I've been weighing every day, and maybe we'll talk about that in this video about why I'm weighing every day. Yeah, I just want to give y'all what I'm doing to try and lose. Is I think it was like 2.3 pounds per day or per week. But this week was a pretty good bounce back week. I don't think every week's gonna be as good as this week was, because I was 219.8 on Sunday, so I guess we'll go Sunday till Saturday is the week, and then so tomorrow we'll start the week again. When this posts tomorrow, it'll be a new week. So, and then this morning when I weighed, I was 14.4, so I gained 0.4 from yesterday, but I don't think that's really the case. But I don't think that was really the case, so I just wanted to come and give y'all what I'm doing to stay locked in. I got a little checklist. So basically I was at 21 to 2200 calories, but I knocked that down to 2000 because I don't know if I didn't feel like that was working for me, so I bumped it down 100, and that seemed to work a little bit better, a little less than 2000 calories a day. But the main focus is not really calories, it's protein. So I'm still trying to get 220 grams of protein per day. So that's my big factor right there, trying to do that. And then I'm also trying not to eat past 5 p.m. and there was a couple nights this week where I was like, man, I just want to eat after 5 p.m. but I told myself the kitchen's closed, turn the lights out, went and brushed my teeth. A couple other things, I'm trying to really not eat after 5. But some days I'm gonna have to eat. Like yesterday I went out and socialized with my friends, so we had a late dinner, but I still got about 12 hours of fasted time, so I ain't really trying to get 14 or 16 or 18 or whatever. I'm just trying to do it on the circadian rhythm. So that's a pretty good start, pretty good week this week, I would think, compared to last week. So if I can string 7 more of these weeks together, I think we'll be where we'll need to be. But I want y'all to follow along. So the first tip was 2,000 calories the second tip is protein. You know, I'm prioritizing protein. I'm trying to make that. Been doing pretty good about that, and you gotta track. You know what I mean? I gotta track, even if it's bad, even if I want to be bad. I'm pretty sure that if I track and I put this stuff in my Fitness Pal, then I'm less likely to eat the shit. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but it makes sense to me, because if I see it and I'm like, oh well, but I got to be better at doing that. Sometimes I just be like, fuck it, you know, and I don't do it. So we got that. We got 2,000 calories. We got protein. No cheat meals, which I won't say cheat meals, because I'm still gonna eat my regular diet, which is pretty much whole foods anyway. But lately it's been lately what's been killing me is the processed sugar and stuff. So once I eat that stuff, I'm trying to I start doing it. But I found out this week that I was eating and this ain't a knock against this company or whatever, but I think it has something to do with it. So hold on, let me give you the rest of the tips first, and then we'll go into that story. So no cheat meals, even if it's clean. I'm trying to get 15K steps a day, and I won't say work out 6 days, but I go to the gym 7 days to walk anyway on the treadmill for the incline. That's where I seem to get my heart rate between 120 and 140. So and I'm guessing I'll probably try it with this vest tomorrow and see if I can get something, see if I can get it up with this vest on, because it's a 20-pound vest. If you can't see, there it is. Now you can see it. But so I'm out here, it's like 100 degrees outside, and myself is out here trying to get steps. Actually, I just ate, so I always try and do 10 or 15 minutes after I eat, but today, since I need the steps, I'm probably gonna try and do 30 minutes and record this vlog while I'm doing that, so I can kill two birds with one stone. So I gave y'all 3 tips already. 2,000 calories, prioritize protein, which is 210 to 220. The next one is workout, which I haven't had a problem working out, been pretty consistent working out. And the steps, I've been consistently hitting 15K since like June 26th, so I think that's almost 30 days of 15K steps. So that's why I'm out here now, and I'm gonna start using this vest for that also. So that's 3 of the tips. And then, you know, last week I went and rode. I rode 41 miles. If y'all didn't see the vlog last week, I didn't really post about it because it's hard to ride and record at the same time, but that was the first real ride of a long time for me, since 2022, I think. And I need to go over here and tie my shoe. And I did that fasted. I thought I was gonna be worse off than I was, but I really wasn't. So I don't know if I could have got much more than that in, but I did that ride last week, so I'm gonna try and do it again. At least one ride a week, just for an extra burn. But if y'all hold on, I'll tie my shoe. Maybe I'll show y'all, you know. So anyway, while I'm tying my shoe, so that's the one ride per week. No cheat meals. And to me, a cheat meal is all the processed sugar, like all the junk food and stuff. So I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna have a hamburger, or I stay away from the processed stuff. And I didn't buy as much of that stuff this time because I'm trying to stay away from it. You know, my daughter, she don't need it either. So I need to find some stuff that I can use before that, you know. So if you want to do that, and daily weigh-ins, I'm do the daily weigh-ins, and no just a bite, you know what I mean, because that stuff adds up too. And like yesterday, I'm so accustomed to getting ranch dressing because last night we went out to eat, and I got a salad, and it came with ranch dressing instead of ordering low fat or something. I didn't even think about it. so I need to be better about that. But I don't really eat sauce anyway, so that little 2 tablespoons of ranch I don't think is that big a deal. You know what I mean? Especially with 15,000 steps and a workout, and you know what I mean, I could afford the 200 calories or whatever that ranch dressing gives me. So so there you have it. I gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tips. And so I also found this app called Yuka, Y-U-K-A, or for you military folk, it's Yankee, Unicorn, Kilo, and Alpha. And it's an app that it's supposed to be non-biased, so they don't take money from people from the big companies or whatever. So they're just telling you what's in the stuff and if it's good or bad for you, and they rate it on a scale of 1 to 100. Maybe I'll put a link in here. I'm not sponsored by them, but I did find that app, and I was drinking like the carbonated lemon lime water from Walmart just because, and they said, yeah, it's not good for you. So and it had, the best thing about it is it has a recommendation for what you can replace it with, so that was pretty good. And then I've been liking that ratio yogurt because it like cures my sweet tooth, but I think I scanned that, and maybe I'll put a picture of it, but I don't want to put them on blast and make them mad at me. But and it says something, and then I understood. It said, yeah, increases sugar cravings or something like that. And I was like, man, now I know why every time I eat that late at night, because I usually eat it like as a late night snack or whatever with blueberries, thinking it was healthy and it was protein before bed. And then usually after I ate that, that's when I would go and have these real intense sugar cravings about eating the rest of the stuff. So I was like, well, and that's what that app does. So maybe I'll post a picture or example of that with this video so that y'all can kind of see it. But yeah, I kind of found that, and that's real big if you're really trying to watch what you eat, man. Like, just goes to show that they ain't really trying to help us. And you think this stuff is healthy because it has 28 grams of protein and like 4 grams of sugar, which is not bad. You know, so I think that was part of the problem. And I got a whole open container of that in there, and I feel bad because I recommended that to my buddy. I said, man, that's a better thing to eat, but is it really? You know what I mean? They market all this stuff as good for you, and then you look it up, and you're like, once you start doing your own research on it, you're like, this ain't no better than the other stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what I was doing about that. But and now onto the scale part. I decided I'm gonna weigh myself 5 or 7 days a week, somewhere in between there. And I didn't want to weigh Sunday because I knew I had been bad most of the week, so I was 219.8, and I said okay. And I know that, here's another tip: your body weight or your scale weight can fluctuate by 2 pounds from water weight. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind if you're a scale watcher or whatever. I like the scale because it kind of gives you an instant picture of where you are, but it's not accurate. You know what I mean? You got to take it with a grain of salt, and that's what I've been trying to do. So it's not awful, but I do like to see it, and I do like to see it drop. I'm sure we all do, you know, because that's the thing that we can do every day and notice, you know, if it goes up or down. But we have to accept that it can be 2 pounds of water weight, or it can fluctuate too, so it's not the whole story. So we have to realize that too. So what I've been doing is I've been trying to weigh 5 or 7 days, and then like this week I think I made it every day, and had some pretty big changes. Right now I'm down from 219.8 to 214.4, so 5.4 pounds, a little over 5 pounds. And I don't think, like I said, every week is going to be like that. are going to be that good. So, but if I can lose 2, I got to lose 2.3 a week or whatever. So that's my goal. And this week, as long as I don't do something crazy today, I should have hit that goal. So that, yeah, that's what we're doing. And but yeah, you take the 5 days or the 7 days, then you divide it and take the average, and that's your weight for the week. And that's what I'm gonna do too. So I'll probably add that up and put it on here also, because Sunday I'm gonna go Sunday to Saturday as my weigh-in days or whatever. So, but it can also be discouraging because if the water weight fluctuates or whatever and you go up. So I just been setting myself up like 214. So I was like, all right, if I'm 216, that's okay because it fluctuates. You know what I mean? So that's how I've been kind of trying to cope with it, because I'm not very good at it, because it still affects my psyche. So I'm trying to work through it and say, all right, well, if it's 216, you know, as long as it's not over 216, I'm okay. You know, I still did what I needed to do to make progress, you know. And, you know, I always do it first thing in the morning, way first thing in the morning. So, but yeah, both the challenges are going good, I think. So, that's the tips I wanted to give y'all. If you're trying to cut, just depends. You know, you need to find your own numbers and stuff like that, and because we can vary differently, but you definitely want to cut your calories. Got to be on a calorie deficit, whatever number that is for you. You got to prioritize protein if you don't want to lose muscle, which I don't, and you got to move more. You know, you don't have to weigh, but and probably no cheat meals either, or no processed food, because if you haven't noticed, they make that stuff highly addictive to where, I don't know, it seems like it's worse now than it's ever been too. So I don't think they're making it any better for us. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and let me see how long we've been on this video now. And 17 minutes of me rambling about what I'm doing. So